This is Elder's Song of the Magic Online Clan Seraphim, and I've got another cube draft for you. Alright, so taking a look here. Actually, some pretty sweet cards in this pack. I think it might be a bit difficult to determine exactly where to go from here. So, red looks interesting with Kargan, Earthquake, Ravine. There's the Sphinx. A bit too early to grab that though. Blue looks pretty good with Sower of Temptation, Moloku, and Tolarian Academy seems like a nuts card. Um, hmm. Green doesn't look as good as any of its other colors, and black's a bit eh, even though Spearmonger is pretty sweet. And white just has basically the lone Weathered Wayfarer if we're not counting the Sphinx. So probably the two best cards, or two best colors in the pack right now are red and blue. And if I had to really decide, Kargan Dragonlord is obviously quite good, but that would really make us heavy red if I want to take advantage of that card. Sower of Temptation and Moloku are both sweet, and Tolarian Academy just seems like it could be broken. We just recently added the Academy here, and I'm not sure how wise it is to pick the first pick a land, but I think the Academy is probably strong enough that I could build around it if I pick it early enough. So I'm going to grab the Academy and see whether or not we can get some artifact loving in here. Alright, well, speaking of, so cards I see in here, Capture, Chandra, a couple artifact sweet cards. Lodestone Golem could be good. I would like to wield the Golem. I think, though, that the card to pick here is the Capture. It's taking another turn, and really that just seems sort of like a logical choice to me. Cut off blue a little bit more, because we did pass some pretty sweet blue cards. So cut off blue a bit more, and see where that takes us. And, alright, so I was hoping to actually get Tezzeret the Seeker. So I really don't see any reason not to take him here. There are some pretty interesting cards in here. And I am trying to force a deck here, I think. But I think Tezzeret the Seeker and Tolarian Academy could be pretty sweet together. I like Vinzer. I like Counterspell, Contagion. There's some pretty sweet cards in here. Mirror Entity, Graveborn Muse, etc. But Tezzeret's a sweet card. Okay. So Badalkin Shackles seems like a clear pick here. Probably one of the best mind control type spells in the cube. And we are going to be playing blue, it looks like. And it is an artifact, so it works for the Academy and Tezzeret the Seeker. Otherwise, I'll probably consider either Jace Beller or Phyrexian Arena, but otherwise, this seems like the best pick. Okay. I guess could do something like try to go blue-black, reanimate. It's been a while since I've tried that. Or I could just take like a Simic Sky Swoller and have like a gigantic finisher. Or I could just take a Black Vice. Which might be the pick, I don't know. It does work with my artifact plan. I would like a Fairy Conclave as well. We'll see whether that wheels back. I just think Servitude or Sky Swoller are just the strongest cards here. Huh. I don't want to splash another color, though, right off the bat. I think black is more feasible than green, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Servitude and see what happens there. Alright, so almost makes me wish I had chosen green. But that's the way it is. So, not really going to be heavy black, but Lash Writhe could be decent, but I think probably Mana Leak is the card here. I like Lash Writhe, but I don't really see us playing it in sort of a... We're not even sure whether we're going to be that color yet. Okay, so it's a pretty sweet blue card. So it looks like blue's open at least from one of my sides. It's between Dismiss. I think Dismiss probably. I mean, looking so far, it looks pretty controlish. So I think Dismiss is probably the pick here. Alright. Upheaval. Upheaval. Return all permanents to their owner's hand. I'm just trying to think of an instance where Upheaval could be a viable card. When could Upheaval be a viable card? I have no clue. I think I'm just going to take a Reflecting Pool. And if anybody wants to tell me what Upheaval really is good for, maybe in the comments, I would appreciate that. But until then, let's take some decent lands. So one artifact so far, so we gotta kind of step up our artifact picking, but I just don't want to take, random artifacts. I would like to actually get some use out of the cards I'm grabbing. So Kargan is the best card in the pack, but again, not really useful to us. Otherwise we have Weathered Wayfarer, possibly, Nantucket Vigilante. None of these cards are really good. At least they don't really do anything to our deck. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the card because it is the best card and keep it from somebody else. Alright, here I'm pretty happy. I'm going to take the Lodestone Golem. Seems like a great pick. Should fit in the deck quite well, I think. Alright, a Signet or a Vinzer? Or possibly something else. I don't know. It's a kind of a bad Signet, but do have a black card, and I think it's worth just picking up more artifacts to help us in the long run. None of these cards do anything. Only card that can actually hurt us is Words of War, so take that out. And wow, a Simic Sky Swallower, that's unusual. I will take that. Let's pass the Leech. Ooh, Thieving Magpie. Not a bad last pick. Alright. So, we've got some options. Fact or Fiction, Cryptic Command are what I'm looking at here. I'm not sure which is better. I think I'd rather have a Fact or Fiction, actually, with what I have so far. So I'm gonna grab that. If I get Command back, that'll be pretty sweet. The reason that is because if I do play black, I do have this Diabolic Servitude, and I could use it to get the Sky Swallower or something, and discard that. Or I don't even know if I'm going to play the Sky Swallower, but we'll find out. But I think Vector Fiction just has a little bit more uses to it than Cryptic Command, at least right now. Alright. This could be a difficult pack. Alright, well, some of the best cards in here. Sylvan Library is amazing. Control Magic, Nicole Bolas. I guess an Ancient Tomb is also a really sweet card. This is getting a bit ridiculous. Well, blue is our main color, so I don't see how we could pass Control Magic. So I'm gonna take that and maybe, I don't know, get back something out of that pack. Land Tax, Palancron, Time Reversal. I think Time Reversal will probably come late. I think Palancron's probably the better card here. And Thirst for Knowledge might come back as well. So yeah, I'm taking Palinchron. Okay. This actually is a pretty sweet looking pack. I think I'm going to take a Mishra's Factory out of here. It's an artifact creature, works with the Academy, and it's just all in all pretty good land. So I will take this factory. Alright. Masticore could be the pick. I think we do need as many artifacts as possible, so I'm going to grab the Masticore. Alright, so... Probably take a Necromancy out of this pack. It's about the best looking card I can see. And yeah, that seems fine. Okay. Actually, this is not too hard. Icy Manipulator seems like a pretty sweet card to take here. So, I'm gonna grab that up. Figure of Destiny is sweet. I'm kind of surprised that card hasn't already been taken up. But Icy Manipulator is an artifact, and by itself it's just a pretty sweet card, so worth having. Right, so Puppet Strings seems like another one. Might as well take. None of these duels do anything, really. Lanamora Wastes might be reasonable to have, though. But the Puppet Strings... I don't know if we want a Puppet Strings and an Icy Manipulator. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and take it. Okay, so I'm not too sad to take a Deep Analysis here. So it's about the only card we can use, and there's a lot of green going on, so almost makes me sad that I had to pass like a Sylvan Library. So we'll see how this draft turns out, but if I have to, I might be suffering for trying to force this artifact archetype, which might or might not even exist. This seems wrong. Ancient Tomb, this late, seems wrong. For sure that's the pick. That's fantastic acceleration, and cannot pass that up. Here I don't mind taking Time Reversal. Actually, there can be some pretty broken plays with the Time Reversal, so I do not mind taking that. Actually, I played it for the first time the previous cube draft number 15, which I recorded, and the one time I got a chance to play it actually turned out to be a pretty sweet card. I'm not sure whether we'll be main decking it or not. That depends on what happens. You get the rest of this pack and also pack 3, but I think it's worth picking up. Okay, probably the best card in this pack is either like Harmonize or Fauna Shaman, and I'd rather just take the Shaman away. I think Harmonize is harder to play if you're not being passed green, but we'll see. I'm surprised. Like these two cards are like amazing green. If someone's drafting a green deck right now, they have a pretty sick deck. But yeah, I'm taking away the Fauna Shaman. And an Ob Nixilis, 13th pick. I'm not sure what's going on about that, but I'm taking it. So Sulfuric Vortex is a tough card to fight against, but I mean, the person I'm passing to could be red. I doubt they're going to be wanting to play Sulfuric Vortex, whereas Utavi Orangutan is sort of like an anti-card against us, possibly, so I can go ahead and hate that. Seems like a reasonable pick. And we last pick an elf. Kind of strange. Okay. Ooh, an Elspeth, Knight Errant. That's disturbing. But, wow, Soul Ring. That's the pick. This is going to be like the fastest blue deck ever. I'm not sure what we're ramping into, but we'll get there fast. It sucks that I have to pass an Elspeth, but not my colors, and Soul Ring is probably just as good in some ways. Alright, well, that's that. Dark Confidant. No, not quite what I want. But the card I'm going to pick here is Karn Silver Golem. Fits in fantastically well with our plan of action so far, and no reason not to grab him. Okay. It's not really too much here for our deck. Twin Cast could be fun, like if we were to Twin Cast a Capture. That'd be pretty sick. So I'm going to grab that, just to have maybe a little trick to play with. Alright. So no artifacts except for Felwar Stone. I think we do have to be a bit more aggressive with our artifact picks, so I'm going to grab the Felwar Stone. Couldn't hurt. See, I do like Skull Clamp, but unfortunately I can't play it in this deck because there's nothing to put it on. I think here it's between like Aether Adept and Merfolk Looter. Personally, I think I'd rather have a Merfolk Looter because it could facilitate like Servitude. I mean, I'm still not even sure whether we're going to play black. I mean, I kind of have been almost assuming that we were, but really they don't have any black cards that, worth playing. So it could just be the right pick as Aether Adept. Yeah, I think actually that's probably the right pick. I don't think I'm going to play black. Don't really have that many good reanimate targets except for like, Cynic Sky Swallower. Okay. Here I want to take a Thran Dynamo. Gonna have lots of rampy artifacts. We'll see whether this plan of action actually has a chance of working. Oh, here, I actually like Vesuvian Shapeshifter, so it's good to have another plan just in case this artifact thing doesn't pan out. We can copy their best creature. We'll get a couple of cards like that, so I think if we have enough ramp, we should be okay. We have ways to get things out pretty fast. We've got some pretty sweet cards to do things with. So hopefully we, draw them at the right time. This pick, actually, I was hoping to get past an Academy Ruins. I was almost giving up hope of ever seeing one. Other choice here is Memory Jar, and I haven't played with it before. Each player is set to slide his or her hand face down, draw 7. Right. That seems like it could be cool, but I think Academy Ruins, just like with all these artifacts, is just the way we want to go. So Academy Ruins seems like a no-brainer here. Alright, and speaking of being able to cast, lots of mana, being able to cast stuff, I think having a Teferi would be pretty sweet. Morphling is a good card, but I think Teferi just fits in more with what we're trying to do. And it could be a surprise. Being able to surprise people is nice. So we've got a few duels here. Actually I don't mind taking Breeding Pool because it could be interesting just to splash a few green cards in order to cast the Sky Swallower just in case. Maybe, I don't know. Well, nothing else in this pack that we want, so might as well just take a Breeding Pool. I could hate the Manic Vandal, but I don't think that would be a big issue. Alright, here. Nothing I like or want. I don't want to just take Bone Splitter for no reason. I guess I'll just take one of these shadow creatures. They're both essentially the same, so I'll take the pro black one away. Okay, so we got a Repeal or a Memory Lapse. I personally think, they're about the same, but Memory Lapse is pretty sweet, so take that. A Thornling? There's no way people are playing green. Like, is somebody literally not playing green? I don't see how it's possible you could pass a Thornling. Okay, well, I'm taking that. I'll take a Glorious Anthem, sure, and a Willbender. Alright, so that's the draft. We actually ended up with some interesting cards. I'm not sure how the deck building is going to turn out, but stick around and we'll find out. Alright, so here we are in deck building. So let's start bringing in cards we want to play. I don't want that. Twin Cast, maybe. Aether Adept, yep. Deep Analysis, Factor Fiction, Control Magic, Dismiss, Magpie, Capture, Tez, Time Reversal, maybe. Shapeshifter, Teferi, Palancron. Alright, so we got our artifacts. Might as well play that. Felwar Stone, Puppet String, Shackles, Manipulator, Golem, Masticore. Alright, it's 25. 25 cards. Alright, so let's see what we want to pull out. I'm not going to play the Signet, it looks like. Probably not going to play a Twin Cast. That's 23, that's fine. Let's see if there's something else I'd rather take out. Let's see, Karn. Time Reversal seems like it just should be fun. I wonder though. Well, anyway, we'll try that out. If we want to like sideboard in a Twin Cast or something, we can. We got a Academy, Factory, Ruins, no Breeding Pool, don't need a Reflecting Pool, and Ancient Tomb. Okay, that looks like it. And actually, just considering how this is working out, it's going to be pretty easy to add lands. So we're playing mono blue. Maybe organized by color. Yes, we're pretty intense on the blue. So, I mean, I could splash like a different color. Now let's play with Zenthkar lands. I like those. So I could splash like green even to play, you know, my bomb, but I think this is just fine. Alright, so there we have it. A mono blue weird artifact deck. Don't know how it's gonna work out, but should be interesting, I think. And we'll give it a shot. And we have some Sky Swallower, our two fixing lands, and a few things in here that we could possibly bring in if we needed to. So it's nice to have options. We could splash either blue or black, depending on what kind of deck we're facing. So there's that. And we'll take this into the matches and see whether we can actually pull off any kind of win with this. Alright, so